going through a yoga flow class right now. If you need props, have them close by, so maybe water, blocks, blankets, or anything else that you may need for your rest at the end. And we're going to get started right away. I'd like to start with some breath work, Pranayama, and we'll start with Kapalabhati. You can do it either cross-legged or you can do it in hero's pose where you're sitting on your heels. Either one is fine. More important that you can be upright and tall and comfortable with lots of room for your belly to move and to breathe properly. So you don't want to be leaning back, you want to be sitting up nice and upright. So Kapalabhati is the forceful exhale, passive inhale. So think of it like a dog panting if you're going to go except for it's mouth closed, in and out through the nose. And it's a forceful exhale, so you'll feel this little like a pumping action in the belly. As you exhale, the belly will move in and slightly up. The inhale, the belly is soft. So you do have to go slow enough that you can get the soft belly for the inhales. We're going to do 3 rounds of 11. So to cue it, it'll be an inhale, an exhale, half an inhale, and then starting with the forceful exhales, we'll do it for 11. And then we'll repeat the inhale, the exhale, and start over it. So 3 rounds of 11. And if you're not sure, just try it, see how it feels. More benefits if you're able to do more repetitions for a longer period of time. This is a nice way just to kind of get used to it, to see if how you feel about it, and then you can decide to practice it longer on your own. So we'll get started. Inhale, exhale, half an inhale, inhale, exhale, half an inhale, inhale, exhale, half an inhale, inhale, exhale, breathe normally. Let's take a few moments to close down the eyes, just notice this. Kapalabhati is a cleansing breath. It's preparation for other breath techniques, and today we'll be using our Ujjayi breath. So this is a breath that we can use to warm the body and also to create endurance and power in our practice. So really helpful for those parts of the practice where you might need a little bit more energy, or you're starting to hear those thoughts like maybe you don't really want to stay that long, or you don't really want to push yourself. Then you can use your Ujjayi breath to create that sense of endurance and power. So the Ujjayi breath is a very slight constriction at the back of the throat, in and out through the nose as always, and it'll sound like wind through the trees, or ocean waves, or Darth Vader. So we'll take a few moments to cultivate that now here in our comfortable seat. Eyes either downcast or closed. In and exhale through the nose, creating that ocean wave sound. Continue with your Ujjayi breath. And try not to make it too slow or too fast. So it has to be at a rate and a pattern that you can sustain throughout your practice. Fluttering the eyes open, keep your Ujjayi breath as you come into downward facing dog. Once you come into down dog, move around, stretch the heels down to the floor, lengthen through the sit bones, And then come back to your Ujjayi breath and hold the posture. Now adding on, every time you inhale, roll forward into plank. And every time you exhale, press back down dog. Now remember that your plank should be really strong, shoulders over wrists, body in a long straight line, inner thighs lightly squeezing together. Your down dog, of course, is all about length, so press into the hands, lift the sit bones. Modification for this is down dog to plank on the knees, or plank on the knees to child's pose. We've got a couple more to do. Now we're going to meet and hold in downward facing dog. And then from down dog, walking the feet up to meet the hands. Forward fold, top of the mat, Uttanasana. Now make the decision if you'd like your forward fold to be passive or active. So an active forward fold, perhaps you're grabbing the big toes, the outside edges of the feet, or the backs of your legs, and lengthening and pulling yourself down. Passive would be grabbing the elbows, letting your upper body be heavy, perhaps even swaying, and you may have a deeper bend through the knees, so it's a little bit softer of a posture. Now, whichever version you're in, we're going to release the hands to the floor. You're going to step the right foot to the very back of the mat and let your back knee come down. Add extra padding if you require it. And then move around in the shape. So let your hips go side to side. Lift and lower the back knee as many times as you need to. Find the perfect placement for your hands, whether they're on blocks, on the floor, fingertips, or palms. And then move around a lot. So try to discover where your restrictions are, where you're feeling tight, which muscles or body parts may be fatigued or weak. And then use that as information to help you power through the rest of the practice. So making modifications or adjustments so that you're protecting the body and you're moving mindfully. From here, we're going to walk our hands back and straighten the front leg, and now do the same thing. Rock the hips, move around, adjust the placement. Discover where you're tight. Maybe it's the outer hamstring, maybe it's the inner hamstring. Is there resistance in the foot, and is it in the hips? Starting to pay attention. And then we'll walk back up to our low lunge. You're going to tuck the back toe, go back to your plank, and step the opposite foot forward, back knee coming down. And again, move around. Moving into the front leg being straight. So we're starting to cultivate knowledge, wisdom that we can apply during the rest of the practice. We want to know where we're restricted. We want to know where we're tight so we can help move in a safer manner. All right, come back into your low lunge. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, step to the top of the mat, forward fold, Uttanasana. And then rolling the shoulders in your Uttanasana. Both directions. Bringing one hand out in front, opposite hand to hip, open up. And then open and close. So Top shoulder rolls forward and back. A little gentle rotation in the mid to upper back. Again, trying to discover where we're resistant, where we're open, where we might be closed for business. Couple more. And then switch sides. Back to Uttanasana. Make it passive or active. Notice how the body might be starting to adapt or change. Perhaps getting a little bit more space to the backs of the legs. And then bend your knees, sweep the arms all the way up. Big full body stretch. And then hooking your thumbs or interlacing the fingers, releasing the index fingers, making like a steeple, and starting to go into your side bend. So side to side, again, it may be small to start, feeling it out, noticing where your tendencies are. So maybe the top shoulder wants to roll down, maybe one side, a hip is a little tighter, it's creating restrictions, so you can't quite bend over as far. Maybe you've got cracking and popping in the low back, so you're going to want to keep the belly fairly firm. And again, just notice where your tendencies are. From here, we'll rise back up, release the hands, and we're going to move through Sun Salutation C. Nice and slow to start. So from the top of your mat, swoop the arms up. Hands come down through heart center, forward fold, Uttanasana. Lift up onto your fingertips. This is our extended lift. So you can have the bend in the knees or not, but fingertips should be on something. Spine is extending forward, firmness through the belly, and your collarbones are broad. And then from here, bend the knees, plant the hands, right foot steps all the way back, knee comes down, arms swoop up. Let your hips become heavy, sinking forward and down. Lift up through the sternum, lean back. And then release the hands. Lift up the back knee, step back plank. Lower to the belly. Untap the toes, curl up cobra. Release. Push up to plank or plank on the knees. And back to down dog. Right away, right foot steps forward, back knee comes down, arms swoop up. Little back bend. Release the hands. Back foot steps to the top, Uttanasana. Forward fold. Bend the knees, swoop all the way up, arms overhead, hands to heart center. One more time, other side. Inhale, arms up. Through heart center, forward fold. Extended lift. Bend the knees, plant the hands, left foot back. Knee comes down, arms swoop up. Hands come back down. Step back plank. Exhale, lower down. Curl up, cobra, high cobra, or up dog if you prefer. Release down. Press up, plank or plank on the knees. Back to down dog. Right away, left foot forward. Knee comes down, arms swoop up. Hands come down, top of the mat, meeting and forward fold. Bend the knees, swoop up, arms overhead. Hands to heart. One more round. Arms up, forward fold. Extended lift. Plant the hands, right foot back. Arms swoop up. Hands come down. Plank. lower down, curl up, release, press up, down dog. Right foot forward, arms swoop up, hands come down, top of the mat, Uttanasana. Bend the knees, arrive at the top, hands in front of the heart. Last time, last side, arms up, forward fold, extended lift, plant the hands, left foot back, arms swoop up, hands come down, plank, lower down, back bend of choice, release, press up, down dog, left foot forward, swoop the arms up, hands come down, top of the mat, meeting in Uttanasana. Passive or active, make your choice. Bend the knees, swoop the arms up, top of the mat, hands in front of the heart. Good. Last time here, swoop the arms up, interlace the fingers or hook the thumbs, lift up, mini back bend. Rise up, forward fold, extended lift, plant the hands, walk the feet back to downward facing dog. Find the perfect down dog, and then step your right foot over your left so that your legs are now crossed at about the shin, and then continue to work into your down dog. So keep pressing back, heels going down. Lots of length and strength through the upper arms, pressing the heels down, straight legs as best you can. And then release. Regular downward facing dog just to reset. And then left leg over the right. Try to get the whole sole of your foot and the heel to the floor. Crossing out about the shins. Press back. Release and come back to regular downward facing dog, and just checking to see if you have lost your Ujjayi breath. Probably you have, and that's okay, just bring it back. And then the next time you inhale, roll forward into a plank. And now we're coming onto the edges of our feet. So you're gonna roll both feet to one side, stack your feet on top of each other, like a little rotation through the torso. And then come back onto the balls of the feet and rotate to the other side. I'm just gonna do that a few times, feeling it out. So the upper body stays really strong and straight. Shoulders remain over wrists. The rest of the body is doing this twisting rotation through the upper back and getting used to making the transition from the balls of our feet to the outside edge. Couple more. And then coming back to plank, press back, down dog. You're going to walk your hands back to your feet this time. So you'll be in Uttanasana, forward fold at the back of your mat. Rise up, extended lift. And then bend your knees, rise all the way up. Top of the mat, full body stretch. Hands in front of the heart. from here, this is a different transition. We're going to let the knees start to bend and lower yourself all the way down into a toe squat. Once you have your toe squat, nice tall spine, firmness through the belly. Right. Opening up your arms to the right hand side. Open them up, reaching to the front and back of the mat. Gaze can either go to the back, forward, or front. Come back, hands to center. And open up the other side. Back to center. First side again. Back to center. Other side. Back to center. From your toe squat, you're going to launch yourself forward to land in chaturanga or plank on your knees with bent elbows. When you're ready, have a little play. From chaturanga, your back bend of choice. So pushing yourself forward, could be cobra, high cobra, or up dog. Make some adjustments and then hold your back bend. Just like we did at the beginning, move around. Make sure that you feel safe, strong enough to hold the shape. Release the back bend. Tuck your toes, press up. And then back to down dog. I'm going to walk the hands back to the feet. You'll be at the back of the mat, forward fold. Rise up, extended lift. Bend the knees, swoop the arms up, arms overhead. Hands in front of the heart. Bending the knees, coming back down into your toe squat with lots of control. Open the arms to one side. Return to center, hands to heart. Open to the other side. Return to center, hands to heart. Launch yourself forward. Choose either chaturanga or plank on your knees with bent elbows. Lower down. Choose your back bend. And take your time rising up into it. You get to stay a little while. So maybe you start in cobra or high cobra and then you ease your way into up dog. Maybe you go the opposite direction, doesn't matter. Whichever back bend you chose, lower down, tuck the toes, press up, back to down dog. Walking the feet up to the hands, forward fold, and then extended lift. From your extended lift, bend your knees, sit down nice and low, reach the fingers forward, and then if the option's available, arms all the way up. So nice, strong, low chair pose. This is where Ujjayi breath is a really nice addition to the posture. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended lift. Exhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Extended lift. Chair pose. So now that the body is feeling a bit warmer, shift all the weight to your left foot. Lift your right foot. Just try balancing on the ball of your right foot for now. And then lower the right and switch to lifting the left heel. Lower them both back down. Shift back so the weight's the left foot, right heel lifts. And then step back, high lunge. Ooh. It's okay if you get wobbly. We're going to do that a few times so we'll have a chance to perfect it. So high lunge, nice strong bend in the front knee, back leg strong and straight. Arms can be lifted out to the side or to the hips if you prefer. Hands come down in front of the heart. And then opening the arms out to the run side. The right will be easier. Hands back to heart. Opening out to the left. Back to heart center. Keeping your hands at heart center, step the back foot up into chair pose. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended lift. Exhale, chair pose. Arms are out in front or lifted. Lift the left heel, step the left foot back, high lunge. Maybe it was a smoother transition for you. Make any small adjustments. Bring back that strong Ujjayi breath. Hands in front of the heart. And then opening the arms to the left. Back to center. Opening the hands to the right. A little more challenging. Hands back to center. Hold. And start to think and plan about how you're going to step forward with confidence and ease. Lining back in chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended lift. Exhale, chair pose. Right foot steps back, high lunge. Hands in front of the heart. Taking a gentle twist to the left. Ease into it slowly. So think like you're going to tap right elbow to left knee. And then come back up. And then maybe tap to the outside of the knee. And then come back up. And then find where you know you can hold and stay. So that might be the clip, it might just be a gentle twist. And we'll come in and try to hold for a breath or two. Unwind, come back, hand at heart center. Preparing to step forward into your chair pose. Land. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended lift. Exhale, chair pose. Alright, shifting the weight to the right foot, left foot steps back, high lunge. Once you're settled, hands in front of the heart. Again, taking your time, about 2 to 3 attempts to go into the twist before you come to hold or bind. So elbow to knee, come back to center, elbow to outside of knee, come back to center, and then finally maybe the clip and the hold. Nice strong Ujjayi breath. Back knee powerfully lifted, front leg the stabilizer, rotation through the mid to upper back. And release, come back, hands to heart. Prepare, step to chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot to the back of the mat. Knee stays lifted this time. So the back foot's on the ball of the foot, both legs can be straight. And then bend and straighten the front leg. You can dip as low as you like, maybe even the back knee comes down briefly before you press and straighten again. hold at the top with both legs straight, and then pick up the ball of your left foot and pivot both of your feet actually so that they're pointing to the long edge of your mat, but your hands are still like you're in your lunge or your downward facing dog. So your feet are pointing to the long edge, wide-legged forward fold. Hands are still back in the lunge position or the down dog shape. Let yourself fold down. Deepen the breath. And now walk your hands to center. Make any small adjustments to your feet if they didn't land quite right. And then let yourself melt down. Maybe the hands stay under the shoulders, maybe they reach for the feet. Again, just like in our other forward fold, either active or passive, deepening the breath. Bringing the hands back up underneath the shoulders, moving through a spinal flow. So the legs stay the same, but their back moves like in cat and cow. So gaze forward, let your belly drop, and then exhale, round up through the back. Moving in and out of the spinal flow. So when your belly drops, you're really pushing up through the sit bones, shoulders down and back, chest moves forward. And then as you round up, arch through the mid to upper back, trying to get more space between the shoulder blades. Arriving back at neutral, we're going to keep our feet the same, but walk our hands all the way over. So again, they're like they'd be in a lunge or a down dog. And then melt yourself over your right leg. Keeping your hands where they are, pivot your feet, coming into your straight leg lunge. And then start the action of bending and straightening your front leg. Knowing again that you can let the back knee drop down. Meeting with your legs straight, pivot your feet. Have a moment in that beautiful stretch with your hands still rooted. And then walk the hands to center. I'm going to come so that again, your feet have been adjusted, they feel like they're in the right position. Left hand underneath the left shoulder. And then opening the arm should you choose to. Releasing the gaze, releasing the hand. Walking your hands back over to your forward foot. And just adjusting your stance and your feet so that you feel really strong and stable. We're going to let the back foot turn and rotate. And you're going to windmill your arm up. Warrior two. Now making adjustments for your stance. Nice strong warrior two shape. Let your arms come down. Imagine like you're taking off a shirt or a sweatshirt, and then bring your arms back strong and straight. One more time, arms swoop down and arrive back strong and straight. Okay, back hand comes forward. You're going to pivot on your back foot, high lunge. And you're going to step to the top of the mat. Arms can come down. Step the opposite foot back. Turn and pivot. Refinding warrior two. All those little micro adjustments. Arms come down, take the sweater off, and land back strong and straight. One more time, arms swoop, and land back. Back hand comes down, pivot the feet, high lunge, and step to the top of the mat. Hands can come to heart center, and then release the hands. From the top of your mat, turn your toes out, your heels in preparation for Malasana or squat pose. When you're ready, bend the knees. Come on down into the version that you are comfortable with. You might be up higher, you could be sitting on blocks. Maybe you have a little lift underneath the heels. Move around, wiggle around. And then try to get your spine a bit taller. So heavy through the tailbone, really light through the crown of the head. You got your elbows on the inside of your knees unless you need your hands down. And you're creating tension. So the knees are squeezing in, the elbows are pressing out. And then you can close down your eyes. And go back to your Ujjayi breath. Opening the eyes. Hands can come down out in front, maybe one hand in front, one hand behind. Come to sit, and we'll meet with our legs extended out in front. Make a couple adjustments, and then we will meet with the knees bent. So preparation for Navasana or boat pose. We're going to start with the feet down, so ankles together, knees together, inner thighs are squeezing. You could have a block between your knees and your thighs if you need something to squeeze a little easier. Nice tall spine, shoulders roll down and back, lifting up through the sternum. You're going to reach the hands forward. And hands can be, and the arms can be parallel to the floor to start. Really tiny movement here, so we're working on control and endurance. We don't want to fatigue too quickly. You're going to let yourself lean back, and you'll just pull yourself back forward. So choosing how far you can comfortably lean back without letting the upper back round. And keeping the sternum lifted, shoulders down and back, just lean back to where you know you can safely pull back up. I'd love it if you could close your eyes down and just continue with this action, staying really, really connected with how it feels, building strength and endurance, but not going too far too fast. Meeting at the top, hold here, and then bring your hand, your left hand or forearm across your knees, and open your right arm behind you. Gentle rotation, nice release. And then you return back to forward, switch your arms and open your left arm out and behind you. Come back, both knees bent and hands on the knees of the shins. Moving through spinal flow again, so leaning back, rounding, and then pulling yourself up nice and tall, shoulders go back, chest lifts. core stretch, right ankle to left thigh. And your hands can either go behind you or you can interlace them behind your left thigh. And you want to just move around again and find where you feel something really nice that you can stay with. So most of us will feel this in the outer hip. Be mindful. Want to be feeling something significant. But it doesn't have to be super strong. We're easing our way into our Shavasana, the end of the class. A little less effort. You can let the Ujjayi breath become quieter and softer. Releasing your hands if they're interlaced, bring them behind you. Fingertips can face either direction. And then just let your right foot tap down, lift up, and the right knee will tap down to the other side. So figure 4 twist or windshield wipers. Meeting back at center, we'll release and switch sides. Release the hands back and figure 4 windshield wipers. If something feels really nice on one side, you can always stay a little longer. Coming back to center, releasing your feet, stretching your legs out long in front of you. Rocking side to side, adding a little lift if you need it. Right foot's going to come into the inner thigh or inner groin. Block under the knee, again if you need a little support. And then when you feel ready, starting to move forward over the straight leg. Bring in blocks or props, whatever you require, and we'll hold here. So releasing the Ujjayi breath, coming back into a really soft, natural breath, perhaps maybe a little slower and deeper than your natural breath, depending on where you're at, whether your breath has come back down from the Ujjayi quickly or not. And we're going to hold the shape. So sometimes it's helpful to think of our forward fold as a back bend. So if you're thinking of it as a back bend, you are bringing the lowest part of your belly to your thigh first, and then almost like your wave-like action coming down. So you start in the back bend, belly to thigh first, and then slowly, as the body opens, being able to drape the rest of the body or chest over the leg. Hands are there for support. Take your time. Start to rise back up. Keeping your legs where they are, right hand will go behind you, fingertips can point away from you, left arm will reach up, then pressing down through the heel of your left foot and the outside edge of your right foot will lift the hips, and you can add a little bit of a back bend. Release the hips back down, and we will switch sides. Fold over the straight leg. Imagine that you could fold yourself down like a wave. So lowest belly to the upper thigh, and then rolling the rest of the body down. So if you can get contact with belly to thigh, and then just move that contact farther up the chest until eventually, maybe someday, forehead to shin. Beginning to rise up. Left hand behind, right hand to the sky. Lift the hips, lean back. And with control, lower back down. And we'll bring our legs into butterfly pose. Shifting the hips, adding the support if you need it. And then leaning forward. Come to where you can hold and rest. Really nice quiet breath here. We're going to rise up out of butterfly and arrange yourself back into a comfortable cross-legged position. And we're going to move into a meditation. It is linked to the breath, but the breath isn't regulated in any way. So I'll show you the pattern, the movement that goes with the meditation. And then once you settle into doing it on your own, then you can create the breath link that is natural for you. To get us started, I'll just be cueing it so that you get the pattern and then you take over on your own. So this is a Buddhist Nun Heart meditation, and we'll start just by meditating with the movement and the breath, but eventually you can add intention behind the movement. So having a thought or an idea or a phrase that is associated with each hand movement. It's simple and easy to learn quite quickly. How it goes is you start with your hands, I like palms up on the knees. This in itself is a symbol of being open to receive. The first step is to inhale your right hand to your right heart, or to your heart, and exhale your right hand away. Inhale the left hand to heart, exhale the left hand away. Inhale the right hand to heart, exhale the left hand to heart, inhale the left hand away, exhale the right hand away. And then the pattern repeats. Inhale right hand to heart, exhale take it away. Inhale left hand to heart, exhale take it away. Inhale right hand to heart, exhale left hand to heart. Inhale left hand away, exhale right hand away. Inhale right hand, exhale right hand. Inhale left hand, exhale left hand. Inhale right hand, exhale left hand. finish the cycle that you're on, and we'll meet back, hands resting on the knees, palms up. Fluttering the eyes open, turn your palms down for grounding. And we'll move into Shavasana. If you have an extra layer of blanket that you'd like or extra props, make sure you have them. And I'll get you to come to lie down on your mat. As you first come down, stretch and lengthen, wiggle around, and then settle into your Shavasana. I'm going to remain seated, but I would like it if you could come down into Shavasana, settle, and then this is where I'm going to leave you. And I think it's really important that as yogi practitioners, we value and take the time to experience Shavasana in the way that's appropriate for our energies. So if you're tired or you need to process more information, stay longer in Shavasana. Even if you feel like you're ready, you want to keep going on with the rest of your day, come down at least onto your back, stretch, and then hold in stillness for a cycle of maybe 3 or 4 breaths. And then intuitively, when you know it's time for you to come back up and have a moment of pause, and then continue on with the rest of your day. So I wanted to say thank you for allowing me to guide your practice. I hope you'll have a beautiful, really super long Shavasana with no interruptions. And I look forward to guiding your practice again very soon. Namaste.